All right, welcome back again. You got me for one more time. I'm sorry, today's going to be a little bit lengthy if you're watching both of these videos today. But we have something else at our school that we layer on top of our foundation, because we want the foundation to be the bottom. And then we start layering all these other things on top that are just little tiny ways to set us apart, to make us at Beartooth an even better school and make us even better people here at school. So we call these our Bear 24. They're just kind of more like manners and or mannerisms, things you should do. The poster looks like this. You can probably find this in your classroom. You should be able to find this in your classroom. And there are 24 of them. Why 24? I don't know. We just chose 24. Some schools have 18. I know one school has 55. It just depends. But I'm going to talk through the first 3 and go through 3 then every day for the next 8 days until we get through them. And then I'm going to go back and do another video and talk a lot more about each one. So the first 3, just very quickly this morning. The first one is that when you're speaking to an adult, you want to either use their last name or use sir or ma'am. Now, sir or ma'am isn't used a lot here in Billings, Montana. It's more of a southern thing. They do that down south. But I will tell you that if you can use sir or ma'am from time to time, not always, but from time to time, it shows just that extra little bit of respect that make people go, wow, that kid, they're pretty awesome. So if you can use sir, if you're talking to a boy or a man, that would be really good. And it works like this. If you came up and I'm outside greeting you at the door and you can say, good morning, Mr. Niemeyer. That's my last name is Niemeyer. Or you can say, good morning, sir. And you can mix those up. Some mornings you can say, good morning, Mr. Niemeyer. Other mornings you can say, good morning, sir. Same thing for your teacher. If your teacher asks a question or asks something of you, you can just say, yes, ma'am. Or you can say, okay, Mrs. Miller, however you want to do it. And you work through that, okay? Now, again, we have other teachers here too, right? Mr. Hilario. You have all your teachers down there from kindergarten with Miss Redmond, Mrs. Anderson, Mrs. Beeler. You want to use Mr. or Mrs. in front of those, all right? Because that's that level of respect that we want to see from all of our kids. The second one is when you're talking to other people, you want to make eye contact. And you'll notice if you watch my eyes, sometimes my eyes are shifting because I've got my poster right over here. And sometimes if I see something moving out in the office area, I'll glance over. Even while I'm doing the video, I get a little bit distracted sometimes. But when you're talking to somebody, it's okay for your eyes to wander really quickly, but you come back. And then you notice I'm trying to continue to look at the camera till it looks like I'm looking at you. So we want to make eye contact with people we're talking to. That shows them that we're listening, right? So make eye contact. That's another important one. And the last one that we do is when you're meeting new people, shake their hand. Shaking hands is a big deal. And it kind of just gives you that quick connection. So we want to make sure that you're shaking hands with somebody. It needs a nice, good, firm grip. And you look them in the eye and say their name as you shake hands. So it can also just be, hey, good morning. And hopefully you'd say their name, good morning, sir. Good morning, Mr. Niemeyer. I'll throw some other teachers in there. Good morning, Mrs. Fred. Hey, good morning, Mrs. Ash. Whatever it may be, right? So you want to shake hands, get a good firm grip, and say good morning or hello. And you do that when you meet somebody. It doesn't have to be every time. And as you certainly aren't going to be doing that all day long in your classroom, just the first time when you walk in the morning, okay? Or if there's a friend, you might notice your parents do this. I do this all the time. If there's a friend I haven't seen in a while, I go over and I shake hands with them right away. I say, hey, how you doing? What's going on? And that's just how we greet each other. And sometimes if we're even better friends, we'll shake hands and also give a hug if we're really good friends. So those are great ways to greet people, and that's what we want to see our Beartooth Bears, you guys, do every single day. All right, so I'll be at the door shaking hands. I hope you had a chance to shake my hand this morning, and we'll continue doing that every morning. You might have noticed even at open house, I was shaking your guys' hands, shaking your parents' hands, saying hello, because we hadn't seen you in a long time. And for me, every time you leave and come back feels like a long time, so I want to shake your hand and say hello. So greet me at the door, say hello. You can use Mr. Niemeyer or sir. Next person inside, you can do the same thing. Walk up to them and say good morning, shake hands, make eye contact, right? And use their name or sir or ma'am. All right? Okay, guys, have a great day today. I'll be back tomorrow with 3 more of these manners. Take care.